Om Shanti. In order to be an easy yogi, become experienced in God's love. Say in your heart, Baba, the Father has so much love for you children that this is why he says, children, whatever you are, however you are mine. In the same way, remain merged in the ocean of love and say in your heart, Baba, whatever you are everything for me. Never become influenced by anything in the kingdom of falsehood. The Father has given you children, the pen with which to draw the line of your elevated fortune. You can create as much fortune as you want. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Welcome to Vikti Parivar. Today is day 6. In order to be an easy yogi, become experienced in God's love. Today's topic, say in your heart, Baba. Now we will listen to Mohini Didi.
Om Shanti. Everyone okay? It's only Om Shanti. There is no time difference, right? But if I say good morning, then many of you is having good evening, good night, right? Because it's different time everywhere. I was thinking, of course, unlimited teachings every day, every morning. But what touched me very much was that how bhavna can change and become kamna. But now is the time to change kamna into bhavna. Bhavna is pure feelings and kamna is desire. And desires are so subtle. And desires motivated seva or desire motivated relationships, what they call it, selfish relationships, is a very common thing. And as it was one of the points from Baba Murli, not to be influenced by false, whatever is in the world is false, could be very promising but very deceiving. So we have to be very, very careful and connecting with volcanic effort. One is volcanic yoga, but here Baba is talking about volcanic effort. What you have to do is to change your kamna into bhavna. Do it whatever with pure feelings, with love, with respect. Not because mostly if we pay attention, I try to keep this one happy because then this one will help me or this one will do something. It's not very natural, no? It's like you have a transactions of giving and taking, which generally will happen, but why to have that desire, no? If I have soul conscious love, is for everyone. Not because if I do this, you in return will do this for me. So it's like kamna and bhavna get mixed also. So it's very interesting, even if we take for homework today, to look at ourselves. It was in Morley that do your own checking. And those who are able to check in, they can change, right? So the check-in for today could be, is this my desire or is it my pure feelings, right? So same is, say in your heart, Baba. Say it with bhavna, say it with love, not because we want something, right? The Father has so much love for you. Father has so much love for you. Baba says, so much love for you children, that this is why he says, children, whatever you are, however you are mine. So Baba says, in the same way, what we have to do, in the same way, remain merged in the ocean of love and say in your heart, Baba. In Bhakti, they say, God is hungry of love. He doesn't need anything else, just love. Whatever else we do is for our fortune. Baba, many times I remember many years ago when I was in your people, Baba needs something. I said, how can Baba need anything? Baba fulfills the needs of everyone. He doesn't need. Oh, I mean, you need. I said, I don't need to. So what about Yagya needs? Because they feel that they want to give, but they want to know what is needed. So it's like, Baba, whatever you are everything for me. Never become influenced by anything in the kingdom. Never get influenced. Now that is what happened. We get influence in whatever way. Baba says that don't be influenced by the falsehood. Artificial, false. The Father has given you children the pen with which you to draw the line of your elevated fortune. You can create as much fortune as you need. So instead of having desires, create your fortune. Right? And no, Baba had been talking even this morning, Murli revision was, how much have you really accumulated? How much is in your treasure store? So create fortune in a way and then accumulate so that stays with you for future also. Om Shanti. Wow. You are in India or we are in Malaysia? You have to unmute. Yeah. Om Shanti. Unmute yourself.
Om Shanti. Good morning, Mohini Didi. Good morning, Malaysia say to all the Avyak Parivar. It's my great honor and fortune to be with all of you in Avyak Parivar today. I am very happy for this invitation. When Moira asked me whether I am free, I can spare time. So I said, definitely, because Avyak Parivar is my heart. And so anything I can do for Avyak Parivar, So I agreed immediately. So I am here with Mohini Ben and all of you today. And I liked very much what Mohini Ben said this morning. Volcanic effort. Really, it touched me very much. Volcanic effort means to change Kamna into bhavna. You know, as she said, so far we have been working on changing bhavna into Kamna. This is something new. So I would like Mohini Ben to expand a little bit more so that we can start our volcanic effort from today itself.
See, Baba says that every action you do, good action, there will be reward of that. But if I do it with keeping reward in the mind, a good action, so that is like mixing my kamna into bhavna. But if I know that whatever one does, even one time Baba said, if you say, Baba, I don't want anything, but you had been doing good action, elevated action, you will get the reward of that. So if we are definitely internally know, so to have, I think that all of us, whether to get someone's favor, to get something from someone, recognition, very little things, but we have subtle desires for that. So what I am doing now is with desire. Even the way I'm doing is with bhavna, but desire is there, So paying this attention on that, just have bhavna, pure feelings, but not kamna. So I thought if we pay attention, when I'm even thinking that, it's very subtle to not have kamna because you always, so let's say I'm loving and there is subtle desire of, oh, then I will be respected, I will be loved, So that's not very natural, no? But just be loving and do whatever or be whatever Baba wants us to be. Definitely our all desires are fulfilled. Right?
Mohini Ben, another thing that you mentioned today also, but yesterday also, and Bab Dada has been talking about it, it's in connection with purity. Actually, depth of purity is uninfluenced. And this morning also you mentioned that, there should be no influence, anything about falsehood. And recently Charlie Bai is with us and he was also talking about, influence is like a kind of taking sorrow because deception is sorrow. And Baba says, don't give sorrow, don't take sorrow. So is it we can understand influence by anyone or anything is like I'm giving sorrow to myself and then definitely from me others will experience sorrow. So can you clarify this little bit, influence, how it is going to bring sorrow and we take sorrow.
This morning also in a Vyakti signal, Baba is talking about influence of falsehood. That means, of course, the whole world is false. And if you are influenced, these days, the biggest invention, and somebody just wrote me this morning that my son is going to Boston for 2 years course on AI, artificial intelligence. So I said, why is doing that course? Means it's like we start depending, in the sense of AI. AI will do everything for you. Will create a song for you, will create anything. If you want to interview what questions on this topic, AI will create beautiful questions for you. And little bit Bhumi started using, I told her, no, let's use our intellect, then AI. So it's falsehood, no? So anything which is false, but also one is influenced, other is impressed. I am very impressed by something. Now that impression is creating some kind of, it's like the taste, no? You have taste for certain things, and there is addiction then from the taste. You want same kind of food, you want same taste, you want same this, so now it is becoming then addiction in some way, that if I don't get that, I'm not happy about it, right? So I'm taking, something, then depending on that, whether it is emotional, whether it is physical, and when I don't get, there is sorrow, right? So some kind of support, some kind of dependency gets created, and that will definitely one day cause sorrow to you. So after that, if somebody will say, oh, this is something very good, now because you have taken sorrow, you will say, no way. And then it will cause sorrow to other person. It becomes a chain of sorrow. Another person will say same to another person, right? So I find one is influence, which should be careful, but other is impressed by something. Impressive and appreciation is good, but you shouldn't lose your own creativity. Because sometimes you are so influenced that you copy that, what you are impressed with. You want to do same way. But actually you should have your own way, right? Your own understanding. Then influence can also be a pressure. You create that pressure on you when you are influenced. And pressure of any kind will cause sorrow. So there are many different ways to be careful about, not to be influenced, not to be impressed. Like Brahma Baba. Many of us came, Ramesh Bhai came. Baba immediately knew that he will be very good for Yagya. And we didn't had any lawyer or accountant. And then he came, he started giving idea to create a trust, to do this. And Baba loved him. But also, it's not that Baba was impressed by, right? Not influenced. So whatever advice he gave, Baba still had something to say, no child, this is like this, or do like this. But your intellect can shut down if you are very impressed.
So
So it has.
can we say influence is like infection of the intellect?
Yeah, we can compare like that. Yeah.
And another thought that came to my mind when you spoke yesterday about unlimited attainments. Baba said, when you are lost in the unlimited attainments, you will emit a kind of spiritual fragrance that fills the atmosphere. I am very interested to know how do you recognize that spiritual fragrance that comes out of your state of being lost in the unlimited attainment? What fragrance, what flavor it will have, so that people can see the difference in the atmosphere?
Lot of service can be done by your contentment.
Yeah.
Because in contentment, you are not greedy, you are not possessive. You don't think, oh, I should have this, I should have this. And I have this experience that when I came to Baba, even before, I'm born a contented person. I don't have any problem anytime. But then when you come to Baba, it's another kind of contentment is with your efforts, with your attainment. You are happy, you're satisfied. No, it's creating atmosphere, right? So one of my very close relative was big man. And one day he, some or other was in my room because he was very close relative. So I opened the closet for something and his eyes went there. So he went and told his wife, she has only 6, 7 pairs of clothes and she's so content. And look at you, every time you buy new, everyone, your closet is becoming more full, but still you are not content. And it changed him, you know. He was very against Brahma Kumaris. And when he came, he was my older sister's husband. And when he saw this, and one is that, and second, what I found that what when you do things and they are successful, that any intellectual person, any Lokik people, but look at this. Oh, he was general manager of a bank. He said, I don't open as many branches. She becomes instrument to open. From where this success is coming. You know, so I'm just giving example that our way of doing creates that, our creation, whatever way, creates an atmosphere and which influence others and lot of service is done. You know, so when Baba says, whether it is contentment or some of the sisters, I know they are very, very kind and loving and very sweet, you know. They never speak loud, they are never forceful, they are, and I really appreciate them. One time there was a big crowd and it was getting very unruly. It's kind of, you know, they are pushing to go on the stage and this sister very calmly until end, please don't do this. Please, I'm telling you, don't do it. She never, and it had its own energy, you know. Then you take a stick and say, no, please sit down, please sit down. So any virtue which is there creates that atmosphere, you know, and people are served through that atmosphere. So definitely what you're calling as spiritual fragrance in the atmosphere is because of that virtue.
Is there time for one more question?
Yeah, you have time. Yeah.
My last question is, the other day in the Murli blessing, Baba said that, you know, when you change, when you have an elevated attitude and transform the attitude of others through your attitude, the proof is that service increases, Baba's Bandara will become full and expansion becomes easy. I was really touched by that blessing, how our attitude can bring such a result. So do you have any experience of that kind, that when you have used your elevated attitude and transform people's attitude and service begin to expand, number of students begin to grow and Baba's Bandara becoming full? Any experience?
Whole life, this is the experience that everything becomes full. Baba's Bandara and nature, elements, you know, there is, see, elevated attitude has many qualities, right? What is elevated is you are altruistic, you are always thinking about what is good for others, you are very cooperative, whatever way, what you can put in your attitude. Not you doing it externally, but it's in your attitude. Attitude is like the fragrance in the flower, which is not visible, but it's only you can smell it. So attitude is very subtle, right? But it's very powerful. It's like fragrance. cannot be seen but can be felt. So attitude in Hindi call it vritti, right? So vritti really has to be very pure, selfless, and when all that is there, then it creates the atmosphere. And when it creates the atmosphere, then it generates. When it generates or it creates whatever, not only transformation of the attitude of others, but automatically Baba's Bhandara also gets full automatically.
So can you
So
share
definitely.
a practical story of your life?
No,
Something.
I'm not in New York, but in September they have Sharad, right? I mean, Westerners don't do, but Indians do Sharad. So it's 2 weeks or whatever it is. And I always do very good Brahma Bhojan, whatever, whenever it's Sharad. And so whatever is given, they give to Baba. I said, we're not going to use here because food at center always people bring rice, people bring vegetables, so we don't spend much. So I said, I will donate it to Global Hospital. And so when I come, I say, Pratap Bhai, this is whatever we get for Sharad, for Diwali, I give the gift to hospital. And naturally, everyone was so happy. And so elevated attitude of, but some will say it's very good we got for Sharad. So I always say, but let's do it from Yagya, whatever we have. And so I think that's whenever you have something, you think of charity or you think of unlimited and you fulfill the requirement and the needs of others. So when that's very deep, helpful attitude, beneficial attitude, definitely it touches many, many souls, many souls. And Baba's Bhandara not only full but overfull.
Thank you, Mohini Ben. So lastly, any Rakhi message for the family from your side? Rakhi is on the line very soon, in few days.
Yeah, actually, when you had said, we had already sent on YouTube a message, and also it was last night with Bharatvasi teachers. I think I would say that there is purity. We all are celibate and we tied the Rakhi. But what the topic I am exploring is there is purity but unadulterated, whether it is Baba's love, unadulterated, or in other words, we say that completely clean. So purity is there, but still our minds and our thoughts are not completely clean. So how to have that Shuddha, Shuddha Sankalp, and one is Pavitra. So we are Pavitra, but not necessarily Shuddha. Even if you have desires or if you have, but that's not total purity. So I would request every Baba's child that stay clean so that of course you are clear and your intellect will always be clean and clear. So that's the thought for Raksha Bandhan.
Thank you, Mohini Ben, and I take this opportunity to extend to all the brothers and sisters of our Parivar, Raksha Bandhan greetings and also Janmashtami greetings from Malaysian family. Nice to see all of you, and I feel like I am sitting with Mohini Ben in Chantivan in Dadi's cottage, physically so close.
Are you coming in October?
Yes.
Okay, then. We all see you in October.
Yeah.
Thank you. And happy Rakhi.
Thank